nations. Throughout this process of tackling the coronavirus infection, the Hong Kong SAR government has been adopting measures based on scientific evidence and based on statistics. We try not to yield to sort of slogan type of demands, because that would not be the preferred approach. It's exactly the same reason why I appointed at the very beginning this panel of experts to guide us in our work. So at every stage, whether it is worries about infection coming from the mainland or now infection coming from abroad, we have adopted very decisive measures to reduce as much as possible the admission of non-Hong Kong residents. But we have to strike a balance. There will be some genuine needs arising from this sort of restrictions which we need to cater for. So I show you some figures, which is equally the situation in early February when we adopted that compulsory 14-day quarantine for all arrivals from mainland. So similarly, now we have this 14 quarantine arrangement from all arrivals from all overseas countries. The impact is very significant and very effective. The numbers of arrivals from these countries who are non-Hong Kong residents have dropped to a very low level. And I have further analyzed for you that amongst the very low level, there are some very genuine cases, like Macau residents who have to use our Hong Kong International Airport to go home. When Hong Kong people want to come back because of the pandemic situation in all parts of the world, Macau residents also want to go back to Macau. So this is where our aviation hub and the Hong Kong International Airport is fulfilling that purpose. And secondly, we mustn't forget that Hong Kong is an international city. We have a very large population of expatriates. And these expatriates, strictly speaking, or not strictly speaking, by status, these expatriates are Hong Kong residents. They are living here, working here. So they will have family members who, for one reason or another, they need to come. So to deny all entry of non-Hong Kong residents will give rise to all sorts of problems. For example, one of the so-called non-Hong Kong resident case confirmed, later on we discovered is actually the spouse of a Hong Kong resident who has also been confirmed. So this spouse could not be denied entry, even if there's a ban, because this is a matter of human rights and humanitarian grounds. So it's much better to have a channel, but a well-controlled and regulated channel for this very small number of non-Hong Kong residents to continue to come into Hong Kong. That's point number two. Point number three is if we look at the figures of the confirmed cases, amongst the about 300 by now, my data is there are only a few non-Hong Kong residents, discounting the first wave of Wuhan tourists coming into Hong Kong. So there is no strong basis for going for very drastic measures in order to achieve the objective. Okay.